Okay, dilemma upon dilemma, more Jaguar stuff to do. As I previously mentioned, the front quarters, I'll be taking those out and sealing them up. Then I also do have to do the water pumps for the XKs. Or XK engines. These ones, I believe, with the square flange, are there for the earlier 120, 140, 150, 150S. So, got that to do. Got this bracket to powder coat for the Mark II. And, swing over here, look what I've got. Oh, baby. This is the rear parcel shelf of the Mark II. Now, I will be covering it myself, but I do need to make this piece of wood. And, of course, clean up and spray the speaker grill. Don't know if I'll do dual speakers in the back or not sure. I've got these little clips here that I've got to make sure I get sorted out. As you can see, this piece of wood is, oh dear, beyond its best, shall we say. So I've got to do that. What shall I do first, children? I really don't know. I do not know what to choose first. Now, it's hot here at the moment. See, look, effing hot, bright sunshine, which I am not complaining about at all. But it does mean my blasting booth and powder coating booth out the back, which has a clear roof, are steaming hot. So I will need to put my protection back on that roof so that I can work there in the summer without boiling my bum. Right. Let's do the windows. Go to the window. Go to the window. Why am I saying that in that funny voice, you may ask? What movie was it from? And let me tell you, in that movie, the guy that was saying it, I believe his name was Leo Kern. And I can't remember the lady's name in the movie. But there were 4 guys in it from Liverpool. Go to the window. Go to the window. And who was he saying it to? There's your question. Who was Leo Kern saying it to? Eleanor Bron was the lady in the movie. There you go. I am full of all sorts of useless shit. Right, let's get these things taken apart. All right, I decided to start with the windows. Now, I know I just did the rear windows, and it's already received quite a number of views. This is a different beast. So I thought I'd show you, particularly for you Mark II guys, as to how the beast comes apart and what you need to do if you wish to reseal like I've done and going to do. So let's get it out. Now, I've written on it right, front, right. Because it doesn't really matter, let's face it, it's not going to be difficult to figure out. And we've got this nice little channel on the outside for, I guess, directing the rain away from this area. And that's all got to be cleaned up before I reassemble. I'll just give that a quick blast of sandblaster. Right, the biggest thing is to get the glass out. Of course it is. On these, you will need to grab yourself a trusty little pick. And you'll see that there is a pin there. Now that pin also on the other side, and this is the only reason I suggest you want to pick, is to kind of clean some of the dirt out. Right, there wasn't much there actually on this particular one. Now, I guess it's a matter of choice as to which way you want to drive it out. As this seems to be protruding on this side, I'm going to try driving it out from this side. And hopefully I'll do it without shattering the glass. So grab yourself a nice drift of the appropriate size. I'm using one that's slightly smaller than I need. There you go, you probably heard that, and then we need to get the angle right. There we go. So that's punched out that little pin. Now I should just be able to pull the handle off. Should. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. But of course it doesn't want to come off, so we might need to persuade it. There we go. And obviously when it goes on, there is this shoulder here, which is where that pin slides past. Now, rather than lose these, this is why I have this extra bag inside the bag. We'll drop the pin and the handle in there. Now what we need to do is undo this nut so that we can pull this out. That is done with a 1/2 inch. Oh, and do note, this has a ledge on it, so you want to keep that pressed in there good and tight. As our German friends would say, hey, Mr. Udo, good and tight. Guten Tag, mein Freund. Guten Tag? I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. I'm sure Udo will tell me. And this has got a kind of a flatter edge, so you want to make sure that when you put it back together, goes up against it. Now, just tap that out. Now do note that there would normally be a rubber washer on the inside here, but of course, due to old age, like me, it's disintegrated. Although I'm still disintegrating, I'm still working on disintegrated. And also on the outside here, there would be a washer. I will probably, don't know yet, probably just put it back on with a bodger silicone. Pop that in there. Now, next, you need to undo these 2 screws. Difference between a light bulb and a woman. You can always unscrew a light bulb. Yes, it's the old jokes, folks. The old jokes, folks. The old folks' jokes. Right, so having removed those 2 screws, I should now be able just to pull that off, which I'm not. Let me grab my Rubber hammer. Good old trusty orange. Now, I could have used that, but if I hit the glass, then it's going to, and I'm going to cry. Okay, so I've managed to loosen it slightly, so hopefully, yeah, it don't want to come out easy. As I think it was Ringo said, it don't come easy, unlike me. Hey, that stops them from having problems. There we go. Good old rubber hammer, look at that. Works every time. Yeah. Of course it does, Gary. Every time. Yeah, sure. Be a bit more accurate with my hammering, as opposed to my Amarillo. Oh dear, that's a God. I don't remember what the song is now. I'm sure someone out there will tell me. It's Glenn Campbell, or what's that guy's name? Denver, Johnny Denver? John Denver. All right, there you go. Now, as you can see, this coming apart, there is, was a rubber seal there, which again will be replaced with good old silicone. Okay, so that should just pull it out. Okay, there we go. Well, look, it's saving me time. The seal's come out already. But before I go any further, I'm going to put the screws back in because I don't want to lose them. And as per the rear windows, I'm going to polish all of this up before I even attempt to reassemble it. And I will be masking up the glass like I promised I would. I did, I said I would, I did. Okay, just put that to one side for the moment. This I will put in the trash. Now, das trick is to get this out of here. Of course, that's going to be easy, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Go buy yourself a rubber hammer. Look at that. And obviously the glass is shaped and cut out for the various pieces in this frame. There you go. That's the disassembly. Next, it will be a fair bit of cleanup. Yeah. In fact, to tell you what, I don't think that was a rubber seal. I think it was, I don't know, some kind of, maybe it's like windscreen goo that they used back in the day. Gosh, it's amazing to look at this and think that that has not been apart since 1963. Isn't that amazing? I mean, this is... I'm sorry, I just find that kind of interesting. Guess I'm fucking weird, but there you go. All right, so everything's apart now. I'm going to clean it all up before I even attempt to goop it back together and polish all this chrome, blast this to make it nice without blasting the chrome. So I will tape up the chrome and then blast this. Yeah, in fact, I think the sequence of events is to polish all this. Oh dear, that screw is not looking very nice, is it? I wonder if I can get these kind of screws. Time for a bit of research. Oh look, the seal came out. Stole that, didn't I, Mr. Churchhouse Classics? He's a classic guy. And guys, if you like watching this kind of stuff, oh, I didn't realise that came off. Do go to Churchhouse Classics. He's very amusing, and he does some good shit. I mean, I know he likes jigsaw puzzles because of I think it's Bob that he's working on, which is a Range Rover. But gosh, does it need help? Fortunately, Churchhouse Classics is giving it that help. Damn, look at that. Oh, does that come out? No, of course it doesn't, you prick. Well, maybe it does. Don't you call me a prick? Well, you prick. You are a prick, you prick. Oh. Yeah, probably not. Should I try and get it out? Probably not. I should just leave it where it is and don't fuck with it. I do have a terrible habit of liking to take things right back to their bones. Don't know where I'm going to get a screw for that. I might have to speak to my friend at Jaguar. He has a number of saloon parts. I don't know if he'd be willing to sacrifice a screw, but maybe he's got something else I want, and I could strike up a deal with him. We'll see. And by the way, if you need any saloon car parts, do look up Mr. Jag Nut. He's got all sorts of shit. Most of it, I want to say, is probably used. I don't know if he has any new stuff. Okay. So this all now needs a really good clean. That's going to be fun. I wonder if I could put this in the parts washer and clean it up that way. Would that work? Or would that damage the chrome? I can't think it would damage the chrome because it's come on, brain cell, you can do this. It's chrome. It should not be affected by simply green. Interesting thought. Do I risk it? What do you think, guys? Will I risk it? Because by the time you see this video, it will be too late. Do I put the glass in there as well? Into my ultrasonic cleaner. Do, 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 do. All right, going to stop it here. And we're going to make a decision. And that's difficult for me, but I do it sometimes. Back in a nano. Well, well, well. Doesn't this look pretty? Sorry about the noise in the background. I'm doing the other side. I ran this through my ultrasonic cleaner. I've still got this, bit of a stain here to get off. That's not a big deal, but look how good the glass has come out. And also do note how clean the chrome is. I was still going to give this a blast on the old, not ultrasonic, the sandblaster, because I just want to clean up the metal before I grease it up prior to installation. And as you can see, now I know the chrome's not perfect, but it made it nice and clean and shiny. If any of you guys out there are restoring a vehicle, I've got to say you should get yourself an ultrasonic cleaner. It's not perfection, and this was done with simple green, by the way, because there are lots of different chemicals you can put in there, and you kind of have to juggle as to what works best for whatever it is you're doing. But I mean, that to me is pretty darn good. I think it goes in here somewhere. Duh. You know, if I had half a brain, I'd really be fucking dangerous. There it goes. Yeah, it goes like just like ah ha ha ha. And who said that? There's one for you. English comedian. Fez is your clue. And he used to say just like ah ha ha ha. And you're really not interested? Well, that's too fucking bad, because that's the kind of shit I do on my channel. There you go. Now this, I've not polished this yet. I will polish this, because polish it you got to do. Polish it. What was that one? Polish it behind the door. It was a parrot. Aha! Polish it behind the door. Wake up! Come on, pay attention. Oh, you're going to get all sorts of weird and wonderful shit on my channel. All right. So my next task is to clean this stain off. I may have to attack that with a blade and a mirror and a straw. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. No, it wasn't me. That was the 80s. Boy, that was a fun time. We won't go into that, will we, children? So yeah, let's get these pieces cleaned up and ready for goo. All right, hopefully you can see this clearly enough. I ran this, and I haven't polished this yet, which is next stage. I ran this through my ultrasonic cleaner. You can see how, to put it politely, fucking clean it came out. Look at it. That's brilliant. Now, yeah, I've not polished this yet, but look at the internal channels. This I took to my blaster and just gave it a quick blast. I don't want to go crazy on it. And also the same here, went and blasted this. But look how clean that is. And again, this was just through the ultrasonic cleaner and the glass. Now, fuck me, that's clean. So, you know, obviously that's going to go in there, just like. And have you figured that one out yet? And that will go on there. And then there will be that other piece, wherever it's gone. I can't remember where the hell it's gone now. What happened to my other piece? I've lost a piece. Mom, my brain hurts. What the fuck? Now I'm going really crazy because there has to be a piece between there and there. Doesn't it? Couldn't, wouldn't, shouldn't, didn't, shouldn't. And okay, obviously that goes. Not forgetting the little ledge. Don't forget that, because it really will fuck you. And there it goes, click. All right, so let me go find my missing piece, which is confusing me. And I'm easily confused. Put 3 shovels against the wall and tell me to take my pick. And I'm screwed. Think about it. Wow, that's amazing. Amazing. Sorry, I'm just trying to screw around with this a bit here because I want to see what happens with the screw hub. I tell you what, if you take the fucking screws out, it makes it a lot easier. Oh, but you saw that, didn't you? You realised that. Because you're not as dumb as me. There we go. That's why there wasn't a gap. Wasn't, couldn't, shouldn't, wouldn't, a gap. Because some dumbass had left the screws in. So that will go there, and gosh, I really do scare myself sometimes. There you go. And so that's how the pieces will go together. This area here is covered by a seal on the frame, and unfortunately I will have to buy those because it's a I want to say a movable seal, whereas the ones in here are not movable at all. So I will now get this baby together, but I'm going to mask it up a bit to try and prevent too much crap, as I previously mentioned. All right, let me get on to that, and I'll be right back to you. It's probably going to be tomorrow for me, but for you, pow! Time for reassembly here, and this is probably going to be a little messy. As previously mentioned, I thought I would cover this in tape, although I just read a suggestion from one of my subscribers that said, hey, why don't you use like Vaseline where you don't want it to stick? And that's a very good idea. Probably a little messy, not sure. And I'll tell you what, I've got the tape on this one, so I'm going to do it with tape on this one. But I think I'm going to try Vaseline on the other one. So I'll record both. I'll put them both out there. And I guess you see what works best for you. Now, as I was mentioning before, I needed like a rubber grommet. And so I grabbed my box of trusty grommets, and the one I chose says M12.07. This is what it looks like, and then I just sliced it. After slicing it, I took the piece with the hole and slipped it over this, I don't know, pin, for want of a better word. Now, this is where things are going to get messy again, aren't they? And of course, first of all, I wonder if the sealant is actually going to come out. Oh dear, everything seems to be pretty much set. So let me have a look here. I'll tell you what, let's unscrew this, and there it's gooey. Let me clean this out, I'll be right back. Right, this is dry run time. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Just to make sure how every piece of shit goes together. You have to, once you've covered up your glass, make sure you get that channel in. Make sure you get this ready, because it's got, I want to say sealant on both sides because I don't have the rubber components. And again, reminding you, this is a half a inch. And what I will be doing, I want to say, because I want to keep it, I'm just trying to look at this. Yeah, it needs to be pushed towards the outside. So I don't want to do this nut up tight until the sealant is set. The rest of this doesn't matter too much. I think I mentioned a moment ago, you've got to make sure you get this channel in. This button nut, once you've got the sealant in there, you need to push the frame up, or you need to push the glass down. Now, you decide how you're going to do it, but you can't tighten this nut, because if you tighten this nut, it pulls it at the odd angle, and that's not what you want. I haven't yet, in all honesty, figured out how I'm best going to do this. Sorry, let me just let those pieces fall off. Maybe I should do this in 2 stages. Maybe that's the best idea. Do this first and leave it in position. Yeah, I'm very much inclined to do that, and then do the other piece afterwards. So fill up this channel with goo. Put this on, put the pin in, and how can I secure it? And then also I've got to make sure I get the sealant in around there before I tighten this nut. So if I just, yeah, this is tricky. This is tricky woo. Hello, tricky woo. So that's what I need. I need kind of that kind of pressure. Give me a second here. I've had a thought. And I know I shouldn't have thoughts, but I do. And good old clamps. So if I put my clamp there and, yeah, it doesn't quite work, does it? No, that doesn't do what I want it to do, because it needs to be offset. I don't want to you're just gonna have to watch with me. Watch with mother. Yeah, that doesn't do it. It's just trying to make sure I get this in the right position. How do I do this? If I do that up, that's not going to help me, because it's going to pull it at a funny angle, and I need to be able to squirt in here afterwards. Doesn't have to be while I put this together. It can be afterwards. Some sealant. There would be a rubber grommet in there. Ooh. Do I want to try and find a rubber grommet that would fit in there? Or just do it with silicone sealant? That's a thought. It's not very thick. So how do I still push that like that? That's my dilemma. If using silicone sealant rather than using a rubber grommet. Oh, sorry, rubber seal. I'm still thinking about a grommet here, or a rubber washer that goes between this chrome strip and the glass. I think I probably have a grommet that would work, but I may need to adapt it. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Now what's the rush? Let me give it some thought. Yeah. Oh, that's a little on the tough side. So I would have to put a rubber washer in there. And that rubber washer, oh, this is going to get awfully messy. That rubber washer needs to be about that thick. Probably, let's say, 1/8 of an inch thick. Guess. So let me see what I can conjure up before I go any further. And it's probably going to be a slice of grommet. And then on the other side, before I put this in, I will slap some sealant around it. That way when I put it in there, it will seal and give me the best chance of a no leaky. All right. Ooh, this is going to be fun. I'm going to go off and try and find me a rubber thing. Don't go away. You know it won't be long before I'm back. Flying probably made them cost more. All right, so we're going to just let this rest overnight, and we'll deal with the other one in the morning. Sure as hell I ain't going to do it now, because, well, I don't want to. So there. My fingers are sticky. And when my fingers are sticky, I like it to be for other reasons. You know what I mean. Ugh. Goopy, goopy. Oh, now I got a snort. Oh, Jesus. Cellulose thinners fumes. Yeah, should I do this? No. Of course I shouldn't. Hold your fucking breath. Whew. Oh, definitely time for a gin and tonic. It's over there. It's looking at me. It's calling my name. It loves me. All right. I tell you what. Well, do you really need to see me finish these off? I really don't think you do. You know, Next, you're going to clean it up, scrape off the goop. Sorry to the guy that suggested the Vaseline. I'll try it. I don't know. The only reason I'm saying I don't know is because I'd like to pump this video out and I don't have any Vaseline. Oh dear. Well, you used it all up last night, you dirty little bastard. Well, unfortunately that's not true. But, no, I'm sorry guys, I'm not going to show you the Vaseline method. That sounds disgusting. But then again, I am. But I will try it. And maybe at the beginning of my next video, I'll give a mention if it worked or not. Okay, that fair enough? Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. I'm going to end this video here. As always, guys, really, I do appreciate you watching. I do thank all my subscribers very much. I do appreciate you guys. I don't get any money for this, as you know. I just do this for gits and shiggles, or even shits and giggles. What else can I say? Please like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell. You'll get notified when I do more stupid shit. And should you be crazy enough, you can also donate money towards the cause, and the money goes towards the Mark II restoration, that or a camera. You know, it depends on what I need to spend it on. It's either camera or the Mark II. It doesn't go anywhere else. It doesn't go into my beer fund or anything like that. Unless you want to buy me a beer, which is, of course, always gratefully accepted, but you will need to let me know so that I spend it in the appropriate place. Again, rewinding here, please do like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell, and get out in that garage and do some shit. I'm going to get that put on a t-shirt. Hey, what do you think, guys? If I did a picture of my Jaguar Mark II and I just underneath it said, get out in the garage and do some shit, would you buy a t-shirt? I haven't got a fucking clue what it would cost or how even to go about getting that done, but if there's enough interest, I'll figure it out. Again, thank you guys. Good night. God bless. God bless. Sorry. Foul language in my mouth. Do some shit.